would have thought that a simple jersey style top could go so wrong? This week I went to my sewing social and I took the Sew Different holly top with me to sew. I was super clever because I didn't need the instructions. It was a simple top and I knew what I was doing. Stick around and find out how wrong I could be. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. If you're an existing subscriber, thanks for sticking around and welcome back. If you're new, welcome to the Crazy Sewing Gang. This is my Monday Makes and Plans vlog that I do every Monday, and we're going to talk about what I made last week and what my plans are for the coming week. In my little intro, I sort of hinted that there was a bit of a fail this week, and it was the holly top. So let's talk about that first. Now, I took this to my sewing social to do last Wednesday and we had an amazing time. But I did my usual trick of too much talking and not enough concentrating. I've made it in this beautiful fabric that is a jersey fabric that I got from Shropshire Sews. And what went wrong? Loving the neckline, liking the semi-fitted shape. Now, on the shoulders, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little dart there, which I thought on a raglan would be interesting. However, I've obviously not done the dart deep enough, and an image of me wearing it with my little dynasty style shoulders is appearing there because they're not working. But I know what I need to do so it's not all lost. They just need taking in and tapering in and bringing down a little bit further. So I need to make a note on my pattern for next time that the darts on the shoulders on me, now maybe it's because I've got round shoulders or narrow shoulders, I don't know, but they certainly didn't work out of the packet. And then the second mistake that I made was totally my own fault. I've used Stretch Fix on the hem so it's stuck up, and then I wanted to twin needle it, and I only had my little portable brother sewing machine with me. In hindsight, what I should have done was leave the twin needle in till I got back home and do it on the Beast, which is my faff creative icon, because obviously they're worlds apart, aren't they? So twin needle didn't work. All the thread got sucked into the needle plate. You know the feeling. Struggled to get it out. And as a result, I've ended up with a cute little hole in the hem of my jumper. Again, all's not lost because I'm just going to make it a little bit shorter, cut that bit off, re-overlock the bottom, redo the stretch fix and take my time with my twin needle. So once I've done that, this top is finished. So apart from the shenanigans with the dart at the shoulder, which I'm not sure about, what do I think of the holly top? I've already said I love the neckline. I'm sure once I've got this pointy bit sorted out at the shoulder seam, that will be fine. And to be honest, that was the only reason I bought this top, because I thought I've got loads of tops, I don't need it. oh, it's got a dart on the shoulder. I need that in my life because I've not got one with a dart at the shoulder. Lesson learnt there, probably because they don't suit me. It's got a gathered cuff at the sleeve, at the sleeve. It's got a gathered cuff on the sleeve and it's semi-fitted. So that needs sorting out probably today because I want to take it down to my sewing retreat with me. So what else was on my radar this week? Well, I was making the biker style jacket, wasn't I? And I am so chuffed. I've got it finished. So I'm going to put it on for you and then you can see just how beautiful this jacket actually looks. What do we think? It is an easy jacket to make, this. The hardest part is doing the bias binding. But bias binding doesn't have to be hard. Just take your time. It's time consuming, not difficult in my opinion. So it just literally crosses over at the front. I've done it in a furback cord in fuchsia pink. And I've used a really cute statement button on the front. It has two little press studs on the inside, so you can have it fastened or you can have it open like that as well. So let's take it off and show you the inside because I'm proud of the inside as well as the outside. So there's been a lot of hand stitching with this make. On the pattern, the front panels are self-faced, so you can have the same fabric on the inside as the outside, but obviously because mine's furback cord, I didn't want to do that. So it was slightly easier, but it meant I definitely had to do the binding because on the actual pattern, if you use a fabric at lighter weight probably, and you're going to face the inside of the front panels, then you don't need to do the bias binding if you don't want. I think it adds a really nice touch. So I've bias bound all the way round the outside and then I've hand stitched it down on the inside. I've made the binding myself from some cream needle cord, and then because it's fur on the inside, I've used the cord again to bind all the seams, and again I've sewn it down one side, hand stitched the other, so it looks really smart. And at a pinch, let's just see what it looks like as a fur coat. Because I've done that, if I wanted to, I don't think I will, potentially I could wear it inside out as well if I just wanted a cream fur jacket with a bit of pop of pink. I prefer it the other way, I've got to be honest, but just an idea. So if you fancy trying the biker style jacket, it's from so different patterns. There are only the front piece, the sleeve and the back piece, and then you get a facing piece for the back neck if you're not binding it. So 4 pattern pieces, even easier than I thought it was going to be. And for a little, I'm classing it as a statement jacket because of the style of it. So it's a simple, stylish statement jacket. And I thoroughly recommend giving it a try. I'm going to be making another one in a lighter weight fabric for the summer season. They're just easy to throw on, they look good, go with everything. I can see there being a few of these in my wardrobe this summer. So they were my makes from last week. 1 win, the biker style jacket, and 1 fail, the holly top. but that one's going to be a win because I'm going to fix it. Fingers crossed. So what am I planning to make this week? Well, on Friday, I'm going down to my sewing retreat with 5 other lovely sewers. So a lot of my week this week is going to be taken up planning what I'm actually going to be doing on the retreat. Lots of cutting out. I've got to make a list of notions that I need and make sure I've got everything that I need to take on my retreat. I'm going to be taking a lot more than I'm going to be able to sew, just to give myself some options in case things go peak-tongue and I end up taking a dress and can't finish it for whatever reason. At least I'll have something else that I can drop onto. So I'm probably going to take about 6 garments. So I've got 6 garments to cut out, get all the notions for, get them in their project bags ready to go. So because I've got all that to do, I'm just going to give myself one simple sew to do this week. I've got the holly top that I need to finish, and I want to make the plateau joggers to go with that top. This is the fabric I'm going to use for the plateau joggers. Now, I'm going to do a bit of pattern hacking with it because I just want them to be straight leg trousers and the joggers cinch in at the bottom. So I'm going to grade out the pattern, give them a bit of a flare at the bottom, but I like the fit on the waist and the hips on the plateaus. So I'm going to use that pattern and get myself some wide leg trousers to float around in on the retreat in this gorgeous velour fabric, which actually goes really well with the holly top. So hopefully the top will get sorted, I'm sure it will. And the plateaus I've made loads, so that's my one easy make for this week. There's just one other thing that I need to try and get done. The chambray has arrived from Pound Fabrics that I want to use to make the aspen dress. And if you remember last week, I said I was going to embroider along the edge of it. I've sent the pattern for pattern printing, but while I'm waiting for it to come back, I need to get embroidery done all along one edge, the full width of this fabric, and then hopefully that will be enough for the skirt panels. But at least if I get a start on it and it's not big enough, I'll only have a bit to do, if that makes sense. I've just got one last thing I want to have a little chat about. And as you know, I'm trying to get away from doing loads of garment sewing. She says taking 6 garments to a sewing retreat, but hey, those 6 garments are going to be my March plans. So any that I don't get done at the sewing retreat will then become my March plans. And if you want to find out which ones I'm taking with me, that will be next Monday's vlog. So keep your eyes peeled. Although I'm not here, I'm in Worcestershire, there will be a vlog. A few weeks ago, I did a vlog on 5 bags that I wanted to make, and I'll pop the link to that below if you didn't get to watch it. So I'm going to start working my way through those bags. And the one that I want to look at in March is the doctor's bag. There's an image of the doctor's bag, and I've gone down a rabbit hole of what fabrics to use for it, because I just wanted it to be a really stunning statement. Carpet bag, a bit like Mary Poppins, but better. So I'm going to use these. It's a sample book that I bought at Harrogate Knitting and Stitch Show from the Cone Exchange for £6, I think. It says £6 on it, but I think I got it for £4. And it's got all these absolutely gorgeous samples of fabric in it. I've already cut some of them out, So I want to use these fabrics to do some sort of a patchwork effect and make them big enough to make the carpet bag or doctor's bag with. Now I am thinking that we might do it and go on the journey together. So it might be done all in one go, or it might be done in a few little vlogs, maybe added on to my Mondays or as separate ones, we will see. Because at the moment I don't know how long it's going to take me, what problems I'm going to come up against, but it's going to be a fly on the wall, absolutely honest experience of making the carpet bag or the doctor's bag. So if you're interested in trying one yourself but don't know where to start, will it work, then this might be the one for you. I can't say I'm an expert bag maker because I'm not. I've made a handful of bags and this is me pushing myself out of my comfort zone, as I love to do. And I've got a vision in my head, so I will try and share it with you as we go through the journey together. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take. It might be easy. We always think everything's going to be really easy, don't we? But it might not be. So if you're interested in making a doctor's bag on the cheap, because it's only going to cost me £4 plus some scraps that are in my stash. I'll need lining for it, but I'll have lining fabric already. And then I just need some pleather for the handles and the details on the front. And I've got some black pleather in my stash, which will work perfectly. So let me know if you're interested in me recording my journey, and I'll certainly do that with you. That's it for this week. I've got to go and get my sewing retreat plans sorted, and I will see you on Thursday when I'm going to fess up about my fabric purchases. I know, I wasn't meant to be buying any fabric, but I have done. And I'm going to be open and honest about it and show you. Most of them are intentional purchases, but that's no excuse. I've still bought fabric, which means when I go down to the Stitch Festival at the end of March, unless I've used all those fabrics up, I can't buy any. And if you believe that, you believe anything. So, happy sewing week, and I will see you on Thursday. Take care.